Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 375. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Corey Feinsod.
The last of the year. Let's make it good.
Mike Siniti. Oh, it is the last of the year.
It is. What's up?
And Tony Korkodakis.
Good riddance, 2017.
Yeah.
Get fucked.
I don't know, man. How can you say good riddance when we had a pretty good year? This is like considering.
The box office was way down this year.
Well, box office, sure, I guess.
Look at that way
more
down nonsense.
This is the movie cast. I'm keeping it in context, Corey.
Fair enough.
So, but yeah, 2017, not such a good year anyways. I mean, I had some medical issues here with this damn finger.
Yeah.
So, I'm ready for it to end, personally. The 2017 must come to an end.
Yep.
Not
all
referring...
good things.
Yeah, no quoting anything here,
Let it die.
Yeah, let it die. Forget the past.
Forget the past.
Forget the past. For some of you who don't know, we are clearly quoting Star Wars: The Last Jedi here. If you haven't seen it yet, you probably aren't going to see it. Maybe this week's pretty popular for it. We'll see. It's depending on who you're talking to, dominating or not dominating the box office. It is dominating the box office right now. I will admit that freely, but it's underperforming compared to The Force Awakens, which we expected, but I didn't expect this worldwide, internationally. I expected to do stronger, is what I expected. So I'm about to lose a bet to Mike.
Yeah, well.
Not happy about it, but, whatever.
I'm not sure.
2017 is the losing of bets this year for me. What?
I don't know. You put a lot of stock into China, and they never were big into Star Wars.
Well, I put a lot of stock into the fact that they cast, an Asian actress who, was kind of a lead in this movie. I expected that to kind of pull up the box office a little more in that country. Doesn't seem like it's going to be that way. It hasn't opened yet. It opens January 5th, but they're only projecting for $30 million. So.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the box office, though, and talk about this weekend's box office, which was down. But we'll talk about The Last Jedi bringing in an adjusted $101 million, which is pretty respectable for it, actually. I don't think it made 69% then at that drop-off. I think it was like 68 point something.
Okay.
However, they did manage to lose... Well, that's including, I think, Christmas Day, right?
Is it?
I think it is.
I don't know. I don't know what those numbers... It sounds like that's pretty high for...
That's including the $30 million or the $27.5 million brought in on Christmas Day. So, it is. But yeah, so I mean that's a good 4-day haul for it. Not as good as the week before. It had a 69% drop. It still did over Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which I understand is expected with Christmas Eve. It's a short day. Nobody usually goes to the movies that day. But I don't think we can ignore, guys, that this movie is underperforming what we expected. I don't think anybody can argue that, right?
Maybe what you expected.
Yeah, what you expected. It's behaving exactly like every one of the middle movies has performed so far.
Down? But, I mean, like, Tony, like, if it does under 1.5 billion, would you be disappointed with this movie? If it does 1.3...
It's hard to argue when you have a movie that's over $1 billion.
Yeah. I know we're talking about $1 billion, and I understand the budget for this is exactly the same as Justice League. So let's just take that in terms of profits. I understand that.
I don't care how much it makes because Disney is still going to be making bank off of it one way or another. And like I explained in Discord, the movie gross doesn't really matter that much as long as they're selling merchandise. These are just vehicles to get kids and collectors to buy merchandise.
But like, let's take it. Does this hurt the ninth movie?
No.
I mean, probably.
The third movie is always going to be up above the second movie. Not as high as the first.
Well, I don't think so.
I'm not so sure about that this time.
I provided it. I provided the data for
in the Star Wars
from
universe.
15 years ago.
I don't know. Star Wars, then that's certainly the case. We can't argue that fact.
Do you want to bet on it? I will make a long-term bet on this. That the third one will outgross 8 worldwide.
Okay, I'll take that.
I'll take that.
All right. You'll take that?
Double that up?
Corey, you want to make this a triple threat?
Oh, wait, you're saying that 9 is gonna outgross 8 worldwide?
8 worldwide.
I can't.
We can do separate bets if you want, like worldwide, domestic, foreign. I'll take it all.
No, I'm good with that.
Right,
I'm on your side. I think that 9 is going to do better just because I think it's going to be a better movie.
Yeah.
I think it might be a better movie, Corey. I'm hoping for a better movie. Don't get me wrong. I think that
It can only go up from here, in my opinion.
In maybe your opinion, but as far as interest that everyone has, and considering there's going to be 2 or 3 more other Star Wars movies jammed in between.
It's the closing out of this whole 9-episode trilogy of trilogies.
A lot of
How
it's
can you
closed
not
already,
say it's
though.
going to do a little better than the 8th one? It may not do Force Awakens. I don't think it's going to do Force Awakens.
No, that's not what I said.
No,
I
I know.
said 9 is
yep.
going to outgross 8.
I understand what you
At
said.
the end of its domestic run, not opening weekend, none of this other bullshit. I'm just saying by the end of its run, 9 is going to beat the total worldwide for 8.
All right.
Not 7.
All
7 is
right.
not part of this. Just 8.
I understand your bet, and I take the bet. So
Okay.
I think I will.
Just you went from like way up here, Jim, to like way down here in one movie. In 2.5 hours, you went from record-breaking film to now this is not even gonna.
Not even gonna. We don't even know how big the difference is going to be between these 2 movies anyway. Either I expect to win my bet with Jim, but I don't know if it's going to be a huge difference.
I think
it will be.
I think it's going to be fairly large. What did Force Awakens do?
The Force Awakens did 2 billion. 2 point. It's not going to make it, Mike. You've won the bet. I mean, there's no question about this. The question now, will it make 1.5 billion? Is what's on the table.
Yeah, that's the question.
It's right now they're looking at 1.4. At a low, it might be 1.3. It's going to be
whatever numbers. It's making
Yeah.
billions. I mean, it's making bank.
That's what I'm talking. Like, if it didn't make $1 billion, then I would be concerned / worried about where they want to take the Star Wars movies. But it's like okay, 1.5, 2. Like, I mean, Disney's like whatever. That's fucking chump change. Remember, they bought this entire franchise for $4 billion. They've already made their money back. This is all gravy.
Yeah. No, well, no, they haven't made their money back. They've made 3.9 billion so far.
Oh,
In just movies. In just movies.
I'm talking about out of everything. They've made their money back.
Yeah, they made 3.9 billion just in the movies alone.
Right.
So.
I'm pretty sure they made $100
Now
million.
the question is,
I don't know. I'm just gonna guess.
how close can
little bit
Solo
over
get to?
Now, you know what's funny about Solo?
billion.
Solo is not projected to do well at all worldwide. It's supposed to be a very domestic-based movie.
I don't foresee Han Solo getting anywhere near $1 billion. I would say it probably tops out around 600 million, that range, total, like worldwide.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I bet you it'll be under $1 billion. I think it might do 700. That's where I'm looking at, but we'll see. Projections aren't even near there for that yet.
Most people's like one of their favorite beloved characters, so it can either
but
go either
It's not
way.
him.
Yeah,
It's
no,
not
Disney,
him.
No, that's what I'm saying. It can go either
Corey,
way. So.
Disney doesn't care about your beloved characters, so fuck you. That's what Disney says to you.
No, that character he's just not around anymore. So, what do you want to do?
Well, I
more
don't
of the character.
blame them for what they did. It's like the first trilogy was a generation, the second trilogy is a generation. This is a new generation. Every generation's a different generation. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Number 2 in the box office was Jumanji, which apparently is cutting into Star Wars quite a bit. 52
Jumanji actually did pretty well.
52.2 million for that whole 4-day haul.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty good for that. Budget, I think, on that was 90 million, so they'll make that back without a doubt.
God, I mean, I like the cast. I think that
It's
they have
supposed
a
to
pretty
be.
good
It's
cast.
supposed to be a fun movie. Actually, that's I
I think
like.
this movie's going to do better than Justice League worldwide.
I like the fact that when people will talk about this movie, they say it's a lot of fun, which means like this year you can't argue that. I think popcorn flicks this year have been down. Like I think they're not as good as they were, right?
Oh, they're all down.
I don't know what
Pirates,
counts as a-
Transformers, Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, so it's
They're all
good to hear
down.
that Jumanji might be that movie that might.
Well,
pick us up.
Jumanji's definitely much more of a kids' film than Fast Furious and
I still haven't seen F8,
oh.
so.
You don't need to.
Well, I mean, I have it actually, believe it or not. I just haven't watched
Oh.
it, so.
You hate that franchise. Why do you have it?
I still watch it, Corey. Like, I don't hate that franchise. I hate certain movies in that franchise. Like 2, 5. Wait, 5 is the Bank Vault?
5 is the bank
Yeah,
vault.
2, 5.
5 is like one of the best ones too, which is funny that you hate that one so much. Because
Yeah.
that's the one where it figured out we don't need to be serious anymore. We can just become like this crazy blockbuster, reality doesn't matter. Like just throw reality out the window and make us superheroes. That's where it took a turn and made it better.
All right. We'll see. I don't know. Our movies of the year, by the way, this just remind me, movies of the year. That'll be coming up soon. We might do that. Like maybe split these things. You want to do movies of the year next podcast, and then do game of the year after that? I mean, I don't know. We'll figure that out. We'll talk about it afterwards. But just putting it out there, it'll be coming up soon. Pitch Perfect 3 at number 3 at 25.6. The Greatest Showman, which underperformed at 14.1. And Ferdinand at 9.8. That's your top 5. Nothing really opening this week except for All the Money in the World, which used to feature Kevin Spacey and no longer does. That's opening this week. That's pretty much it in terms of note. So that opened on Christmas actually already. So all right, that's your box office. Let's get into some news. Like we mentioned before, Last Jedi is dropping 69%, but however, it is still expected to finish in the top 5 grossing movies of all time worldwide. So yeah,
yeah, all time.
So it's still strong. This is one of those movies that I do wonder, Tony. Like I'm not disagreeing with you about the retrospective. Are we going to look back on it and love the movie like Empire? Like I don't disagree with you on this at all. I've never argued this part. Like right now I am down on this movie, and I just pre-ordered the Steelbook, so I'm not that far down on this movie. But I
gave it a 7. I mean, there's 7.5 or whatever it was. You both scored it the same.
Yeah, I gave it a 7 too.
But I think I even said at the 7.5 it can be enhanced based on how good 9 is. I think it can pick this movie up quite a bit, depending on how they tie all of it together.
I don't know about that.
It's a lot of work to do in one movie.
Visually, the movie was very good.
Not a lot
the movie
to play
itself
with.
was good. Things were done to further along the storyline but I mean, it's still a good movie. But I don't know. We'll see what 9 can do. All right, Justice League's final box office total. Did we get that? I didn't actually read this article yet.
How long
just open in China? Like a week or two
but how
ago?
it works in China, Mike, it's if there's a better movie, that's what they show.
Well, that one was their best opening for any DC movie.
But now that Star
China.
Wars is coming out, it's box office.
Which is going to do way less than what they opened with in China.
Yeah, right. Let's see, worldwide 646. Looks like that's the end of that. So 646.
How long was its run then?
It's like a month.
weeks?
That's it.
Yeah, but
It feels like a month.
it came out
maybe not
early
even.
November, right? It's almost January, 2-month run almost 8 weeks.
Seems short.
It is short. That's what happens when it's a bad movie.
It was number 5 last week.
Yeah, it says the most. I mean, it doesn't actually have the final grossing numbers here, but it's at 646. It will be under 675, which means it lands under BVS. It does
Naturally. I mean, under
and
Wonder
also
Woman.
under Man of Steel.
Mm-hmm. Under all of DC movies.
Yep.
It's going to be under Doctor Strange, under Captain America Winter Soldier, both Guardians of the Galaxy movie, Thor Ragnarok, Spider-Man Homecoming.
And it's probably going to finish under Black Panther, which is projecting to be very strong opening, actually.
Yeah.
That's really one of the...
What does that say? Because when I clicked on that, I got a virus. So what does that say?
Really? Well, then you're...
on my phone at
you
least,
don't get a virus from... Oh, maybe you do, but Screen Rant I link usually, but it is projected as an 85 million opening. Wait, 90 million opening.
I was going to say, I think it's going to probably hit 100.
That could.
February? There's nothing else there.
That's the
what
weird
I'm
part,
saying.
though. It's February. Isn't it like Valentine's Day weekend?
Deadpool banked in February.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I
think it's got a lot going for it right now.
So here's the range. I mean, let's take Thor. Thor was projected for early projections at 100 million. It got adjusted to 90, and then it brought in like 122. Mm-hmm. So I mean, we can range. So Black Panther could clear 100 million.
I fully expected it to. It's the last movie before Infinity War that's coming out.
I expected it to as well.
I mean, not to be insensitive or anything, but it's got an all-black cast, basically.
I think that's really good for it, though. Like, I think it's
and
really
that's
cool
my
to see
point. That's what I'm saying. It's got a lot going for it right now.
Yeah.
And the character is cool. I mean, it's a
I'm
cool
psyched.
character.
I'm
We haven't
psyched to
seen
see
him.
this movie. Actually, like it's gonna
People
be
loved
something
him in
new.
Civil War.
I'm psyched to see this. Like it's something new to the universe, and I can't wait. It's only a month away, a little over a month. So I like that. Coming up
You
quick.
think that's gonna do better than Justice League Worldwide?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
think
You don't know?
Worldwide.
I
don't know
bet
about
on that,
Worldwide.
Mike.
You want to bet?
Let's do this.
No, I'm not gonna bet. It's gonna be
It's gonna
close,
have
but I don't
more
know.
legs than Justice League.
How close do you think it's gonna be?
Well, it'll be similar numbers, I think. Very similar.
I'm asking how close do you think? 25
Within
million? 50 million? What's
I think-
close to you?
I think this clears 700.
I think they're within 2% of each other.
2%? Hold on.
That's a lot of money we're dealing with here. What's the math on that? So 1% 12 million dollars? That 20 is that $15 million roughly?
I'll take that bet. I'll give you that 2%.
Which way? So what is this bet? I
Bet
just
you-
think they're going to be close. And you think they're
You-
not going to be close either way?
No.
What are you doing?
No, I think Black Panther is going to beat the shit out of it. Yeah.
He's gonna say it's gonna clear 700. I'm gonna guess, which I'm gonna clear. I'm gonna say it's going to. You got
I
Justice
don't
League
see it
finishing
being-
around 650. So
Like I said, it's the last one before Infinity War. It's gonna do really well, Mike.
You're
I don't
underestimating the worldwide racism. I seriously think
Really,
some
Mike?
markets are not going to accept it that much because they're racist worldwide.
but then I think it'll do stronger to other markets. You're not
Which
anticipating the other markets.
There are other countries that have invested interests. Let's say.
I think it'll be. I'm not going to bet on this, but I do think it's going to be close.
I mean, I could give you maybe 10%, but I would not be under 5 anywhere close to that.
No. All right. Moving on. I didn't mention this last week. I missed this news. Tarantino was interested in working on the new Star Trek movie, and he pitched his idea apparently, which is going forward. There's a script that's getting written. Abrams would produce, and he would direct. Rated R Star Trek movie.
With
Nothing
this
yet.
new cast?
No, I mean we haven't gotten much news yet. But Abrams will be working on it, so I would assume it's in the same continuity. But it's being written. Whatever idea he pitched, they loved it. So I don't know what that is exactly, but rated R. I guess that's the new style.
I mean, it's Tarantino.
Yeah.
I don't see.
Tarantino working on a Star Trek film though. I mean, that's just weird.
Yeah.
Is
But
it-
I could
He
see
looks
it
a little
being.
like an alien.
Where would he show up in the movie? Where would he show up?
No.
Be a Vulcan.
You wouldn't even see him. I mean, you wouldn't know it was him.
Yeah, he would be in a.
But I would say that it might be more Star Trek than the new Star Trek films.
It could be. It could be more diplomacy than action.
Discovery. I mean,
yeah, it could be.
trekking around.
Yeah.
Boldly going.
I
no man.
mean, Discovery's actually
Vulcan.
gotten good. I just realized they've gotten $5 out of me because I forgot to cancel.
There you go.
That's how they get you.
man. You gotta put a reminder in.
That's all right. I get one more month. I'll make sure I cancel this time. So
We'll just set that
yeah,
reminder.
The reminder's already set. I just missed it today. It was my fault. All right. So yeah, that's interesting news. But anything else on movie news? I don't think so. Not much. Like I said, in the year.
There was the Agents of Shield had the largest percentile bump in viewership.
Really?
Was
was there an
a
event or
returning
something?
character?
2 returning characters in a way,
Oh.
essentially. But no, they said it went from a 0.5 viewership to 1.7.
Holy crap!
Oh wow, that's pretty big.
Yeah, so it was
Was
I
that
gotta catch up on
0.5?
that.
Oh man, that's not good. It was at 0.5 is not good.
The Friday is a
Friday.
kiss of death. I don't know why they did that.
Well,
and it's the best it's ever
They
been.
were trying to
too.
bury it for Inhumans,
It's
but
so
that didn't
good.
work.
And this last episode was fantastic. We'll talk about, I guess,
I
later.
didn't
How many
watch it yet.
episodes are there now?
There's
6?
5.
no, 6.
5.
6. Did they have one last week or no?
no.
That'd be 5.
Yeah, well, Friday.
It'd be 5.
There was,
Oh, they did.
They had one on Friday.
Yeah, it's 5. It's 5. It's 5.
I'm so far. I just watched the 2-part opening, and that's it.
You
Yeah, I
definitely
gotta
need
catch
to
up.
see this
I'm gonna
last.
catch up this weekend.
Mike would really like this latest one.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Does a Marvel character show up, from the movies?
I'm
No,
not gonna
his
get
favorite
that.
character shows up.
Well, there you go.
I'm not going to get that excited.
All right. It's interesting. Well, we'll see. Let's get into what we've been up to then. Corey, kick us off.
I watched Agents of Shield.
Yeah.
And I'm caught up on it. It's been like really great. I mentioned every time we talk about the show, it's like reinvented itself kind of. Once went the Ghost Rider route, and it's like, we're just gonna do these like short mini series within the season stories and just kind of reboot itself each time, but still continue on with the story like lightly. It's been great, and this latest storyline has been really interesting, and I find the characters it's really good, and I'm very curious to see what they do with the Kree, because the Kree is playing a large part in this right now. So
well, that's what I was going to ask you. Without being spoilerific, are they tying in at all with like anything that's been going on in the Marvel universe? Like, has there been any hints and stuff, name dropping, stuff like that, events?
I mean, there's not been like the big green guy in New York City.
Right. But I mean, like
that.
Are they talking about,
there is the problem. No, there's not been anything blatant. Like the only thing that they have is that it's the Kree are the Kree. They are here by name, and we know the Kree are going to be in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
So that's really interesting how that's gonna unfold, because I mean, I know they talked about Sokovia Accords, they talked about Ultron. I mean, obviously they had the Sif from Thor, so it'll be, and obviously the Agents Shield being Hydra.
Will they bring in Skrulls into the show too? That's the key. I mean, will they bring in the Kree Skrull thing?
I don't know. From the premiere, I sort of get the feeling that they're not going to make any direct references to the greater Marvel universe.
Well, their whole point, Mike, is it's influenced by the universe. So
Captain
this is
Marvel
why it's going
supposed
cosmic.
to be all about fighting the Kree. So
All right, that's where I'm curious to see what they do with this, because they are going into the cinematic universe, and we've seen Kree in the cinematic universe already in Guardians.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Hey, we have. I mean, the Skrulls are the new ones. We haven't gotten the Skrulls yet. So
right.
But we're getting one apparently. We are getting. Isn't Thanos technically a Skrull?
In the Ultimate line, he is.
Oh, okay.
I thought he was a Kree.
He's just whatever.
Kree's blue, Skrull's purple. There we go.
He's sort of
Skrulls are green.
All right. I thought Skrulls were purple. Oh, they're green.
Skrulls,
You're right. They are green.
Yeah, Skrulls.
Yeah, they are green. All right.
Anyway, but yeah, that's. Other than that, I don't think there's too much to do with the holiday and stuff. Didn't really get too much.
I mean, I only watched basically a bunch of Christmas stuff. There's been the normal run of stuff. Not Die Hard.
That's a shame.
Okay, you know what's funny about this? At this point now, Mike, I wanted to watch Die Hard, legitimately. But I'm not going to do it, because I'm not going to do it.
You only hurting yourself, Jim, because you enjoy it.
It's a great action movie. It's not a Christmas movie, but I did watch some...
But you can watch it any time, Jim. You don't have
I'm going to watch it, because you can watch it anytime.
But it makes more sense on Christmas.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
I'm going to watch this in February, Mike. I'm going to watch it in February.
And you're going to see all the Christmas stuff. You're like, oh, I miss Christmas.
No, you're not. Because it's not about Christmas. It's about stopping terrorists on an attack on a tower.
Because of a Christmas party. And closing with Christmas songs.
That happens
and ho, ho,
to have
ho,
a
I
Christmas
have a
party
gun.
going on. That's it.
And the gift wrap
all right,
for a gun.
if you guys fall on either side of this
I watched
argument,
I watched some classic, Muppets Christmas Carol, the Santa Claus movie, which if anybody knows what that is, it's Dudley Moore is in this movie. And a guy who just passed away, actually, he plays Santa Claus. He was the other Lebowski in The Big Lebowski. He was the old guy. He plays Santa Claus in this movie a long time ago. It's a great movie. John Lithgow's in it as like the villain, and it's good. I really enjoy that movie. And watch Christmas Story.
You need to watch during Christmas. It's Jingle All the Way.
Yeah,
let's be real.
I watched Christmas
Where's my
Story.
Turbo Man doll?
Turbo Man.
Drop the cookies now.
And of course, Christmas Vacation, which is my favorite holiday movie. It's fantastic.
National Lampoon.
Yeah.
That's an all-time classic.
It is. It absolutely is. And Jim Carrey's The Grinch, I do like, actually. But I do like that movie. But I watched a bunch of Christmas movies. That's
something.
Yeah, pretty much all I watched this week. I was going to watch some movies today, but I ended up playing a lot of games. So did not get into anything up to. I will next week have some stuff, I promise. I've got John Wick 2 on the queue. And I did pick up, though.
John Wick 2, though, haven't
No, I
you?
didn't.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I didn't get to see it. So
Man, you're not even a fan of that movie.
What? I like John Wick.
Haven't you seen the sequel? I wasn't even a fan of the movie, and I saw the sequel. Who's the bigger fan now, Jim?
You took forever to watch John Wick. Whatever.
Doesn't matter.
Whatever.
I'm a bigger fan. I saw the second movie before you did.
Whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm gonna watch that. Maybe War for the Planet of the Apes as well because I haven't seen.
Did you pick up the Emoji Movie?
No, I'll go get it on Redbox or whatever the hell it is if I can find it. It's got to be somewhere on one of these free apps somewhere. I'll watch it.
Yeah,
I will. So, and the Karate Kid, Part 1, the first one.
You had time to watch the Karate Kid.
I always have time to watch the Karate Kid.
Oh, I did watch something else. I forgot to mention real quick. Season 2 of Troll Hunters came out on Netflix. That's fantastic.
Really?
Okay. I don't even know what that's about.
I don't even know what is it about.
It's kind of a kid show. It's about a kid who becomes a human troll hunter. Like he's a human.
Like online on like forums and Facebook and Twitter.
No.
Shit?
It's like real trolls. Like
real trolls.
Like bridge trolls.
Gotcha.
Troll hunter. It's like cartoony.
Not like
animated.
Okay, well, there's like 3 trolls I know of here. There's one is an internet troll. 2 has purple and orange and green hair, and the 3rd is like a bridge troll.
What about the toy?
There's different types of trolls. I mean, it's like Guillermo del Toro stuff. So I mean,
giant trolls.
Think of him.
He had giant
trolls. Think of designs,
didn't he?
I mean, this is a cartoony kids show, but it's well done. I like the characters. Season 1 was really good, and they just put out season 2. And the guy that Anton Yankovic, what's his name? He passed away.
He was the guy from
Chekhov.
Star Trek. Yeah, wow.
He voiced the main actor, and so there was like a lot of. This was his last performance kind of thing.
Wow.
But they got like a lot of his season 2 stuff done before he passed away, and then they just had somebody who sounds like him to wrap it up.
All right, Mike.
So really the only Christmas movie I saw was like White Christmas because my parents watched that.
It's classic. Another classic movie. I didn't watch that one this year. My mom watches that one all the time, but
yeah, our parents' age people, they love that stuff. And I watched at least 1 or 2 more episodes of Punisher.
Oh, cool. It's getting better.
I'm like, I mean, it's been the same around for me, at least from the second episode on. It's been better than the first, but it's there. I'm chugging along, episode 7 or 8, but it's all right. And that's about it.
Okay, Tony.
Let's see. Not too much. I did watch The Bright with Will Smith on Netflix.
Was it any good? Because I heard it was shit.
So many people are going so crazy about this already. I don't know why.
Because I want to watch it. I do want to watch it.
I think
Both
it's
ways.
enjoyable.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's like necessarily like good. Like if I were to critique this, there's obviously I have hangups and stuff like that, but it's entertaining. I mean, the plot line, for those of you who don't know, it's pretty much a like what if scenario where it's like, what if this were modern day like Earth, as we know it, but there were orcs and trolls and dwarves and elves living among us, and there was magic, and it's kind of like, all right, so like like the police have like a magic division, and it's sort of like Harry Potter, where it's like magic investigations and all that stuff. So Will Smith plays a cop on the LA police force, and his partner is an orc, and I guess the implication there is that because of all these other races and species, orcs are heavily prejudiced against with racism and all that stuff. So everybody hates his partner and by association him because he puts up with him and all that kind of stuff. And there's like an overall plot, because that's like a subplot of the movie. Unfortunately, I have a half hour left of the movie, so I haven't finished it. Because a friend of mine decided to put it on before he went out, and he's like, "Oh, we got to go," and I was like, "There's a half hour left, dude." And he's like, "Sorry," and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, that's one of my biggest pet peeves. Like, I can't do that. It like bugs me. It bugs me the heck out.
Could have done it if it was Death Note.
Yeah. But this is good, so I wanted to see how it ended.
Yeah.
But I think it's worth a watch, and especially if you have a Netflix subscription. I'm not saying it's going to be like, you're going to be like, oh man, this changed my life or anything, but like, it's kind of funny. The special effects actually aren't that bad for a Netflix movie. And I think it's kind of
pretty high budget. Like it was like 70 million.
Oh,
or something.
man. They did hire Will Smith.
It's
Yeah.
and it's David Ayer too. Suicide Squad, David Ayer.
Yeah,
I think
and
it
it's
has a limited theatrical release too.
They might overseas or something.
yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it's kind of classic Will Smith. His quips and one-liners are just on point. So
Hmm.
if that's all you like is like Will Smith being himself, definitely give it a watch.
There's nothing wrong with Will Smith being Will Smith.
And it's kind of funny, like, so this is like a minor spoiler, but the whole reason that people are prejudiced against orcs is because thousands of years ago when like a dark lord was coming to Earth to conquer it or whatever, all the races band together against him except the orcs. The orcs sided with him, so that's why everybody's like upset at the orcs. So like you're like, thousands of years ago, my ancestors pledged their life to the Dark Lord. Why am I paying for that crime now? Blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. So it's just like,
is that a little too preachy for you though? Or is that okay? It doesn't get too preachy.
Whatever. I laugh. I think it's not like overly preachy. It's just like
okay.
When shit hits the fan, it's like
it keeps popping up every time Netflix comes on. I'm like, not yet, not right now.
They keep advertising to me.
Yeah, it's not a high priority, but I mean, I just think because we all like nerdy stuff, I think it's at least worth a watch.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I like the premise, and there are a few of these types of shows that have been popping up as well. Not just like movies, but the whole magic and modern day and stuff has been kind of popular recently.
Yeah. At the very least, I think it's worth a watch just to see Will Smith, and it's an interesting premise. It's like, it makes you think. It's like, okay, yeah, I guess I would probably be pretty pissed at orcs too if they sided with the Dark Lord. But,
yep.
Yeah. That's it though for me.
All right. That's going to wrap up the Moviecast, episode 375. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Write us podcast at allyoucangeek.net. Follow us on Twitter at allyoucangeek. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. And we at All You Can Geek like to wish you all a happy new year because this will be the last podcast for the year. So, hope you had a nice holiday. See you next year. Of the years coming up. Thanks for tuning in. Tune in to the Gamescast. Later.